Okay, now on with the rest of this update video. I just had to get a little bit of food in me and take a pill. So, go through the rest of my Amazon Prime buys, final ones from 2021. I bought the Blu-ray of the musical comedy Holiday Inn, starring Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. And sadly, I already owned this one. For some strange reason, I forgot that I had bought it at CVS Pharmacy, and then I found it in my bedroom, so now I have two copies. So yeah, I'm not gonna go over this because it's exactly the same as the other Blu-ray that I have, and I think I went through this Blu-ray once before in a past update video. So, Holiday Inn, Irving Berlin musical. But then from Amazon Prime, I bought an Australian Umbrella Entertainment Blu-ray release, Drive-In Delirium with a Vengeance. It's 157 action plus sci-fi trailers uncensored and remastered in high definition. Aspect ratios various, but 16:9 widescreen, English 2.0, no subtitles, regions A, B, C, 388 minutes, restricted to 18 and over. Drive-In Delirium is back with a vengeance, this time delivering an adrenaline-fueled installment devoted to the high-speed chase of Ace and outer space, locked and loaded with over 6 hours of handgun-happy vigilantes and badass babes, a blaxploitation, ultra-hip heist, spaghetti shoot-'em-ups, and bitumen-burning post-apocalyptic car quakes, not to mention alien close encounters of the horny kind. Drive-In Delirium with a Vengeance is a two-fisted, take-no-prisoners high-def tactical assault that guarantees to make you feel lucky punk. And it's 157 theatrical trailers remastered in high definition, and then it's a bonus feature on here. You get Son of VHS Delirium, so which is a bonus of 90 minutes standard definition trailer compile. So all VHS trailers. I need to watch this sometime soon. Yeah, a lot of these I never opened. So Drive-In Delirium, Australian Drive-In Movie Trailer Compilation Blu-ray that I bought off Amazon Prime. And then a couple DVDs that I bought from Amazon Prime last year. Looney Tunes Platinum Collection Volume 1, and I have Volume 3, but I never owned Volume 1 and 2. And I've opened this up and watched it. Nothing special on the inside, just the two DVDs. It's 50 classic theatrical cartoons, and I don't think I really need to take the time to read this, but I've started watching it. And one cartoon on here I hadn't seen before. I believe it was called Robin Hare. It's a Robin Hood themed Bugs Bunny cartoon. And then I got Volume 2 of Looney Tunes Platinum Collection. It's 2 more DVDs with 50 animated theatrical shorts. It looks like some of these cartoons get carried over onto more than one DVD set. Well, maybe not. Some of these cartoon images they show on the back look like cartoons that have been on other DVD sets that Warner Brothers put out. Yeah, these are both from Warner Brothers Home Video. So Looney Tunes Platinum Collection Volume 2 and Volume 1. And then I got Charlie Brown Peanuts Emmy-honored collection over 4 hours. It's 2 discs. And these are all TV specials. It contains You're the Greatest Charlie Brown, She's a Good Skate Charlie Brown, It's Magic Charlie Brown, Someday You'll Find Her Charlie Brown, Is This Goodbye Charlie Brown, and Life is a Circus Charlie Brown. That's all on disc 1. Then disc number 2 has What Have We Learned Charlie Brown, It's Flash Beagle Charlie Brown, Snoopy's Getting Married Charlie Brown, Why Charlie Brown, Why, and Your Good Sport Charlie Brown. And I believe there's a Blu-ray. I don't know if you can still get the Blu-ray because some of these might have gone out of print. Oh, it says now brilliantly remastered in all-new Ultra HD transfers. This is truly your moment in the spotlight, Charlie Brown. Yeah, they've been pushing the Ultra HD 4K format, so there's probably a 4K disc out. Includes remastered editions of 2 Emmy-winning, 9 Emmy-nominated TV specials. And their standard version presented in a format preserving the aspect ratio of the original television exhibitions. Not rated, region 1 locked, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, color, and 265 minutes. So, Peanuts Emmy-honored collection DVD 2-disc set. And then I got some manufactured on-demand DVDs that have never had pressed discs, as far as I know. One's a Warner Archive collection, cult horror movie Dream Lover starring Christy McNichol. And this is rated R. It's color 104 minutes. If I should die before I wake, who'll be the victims that I take? Kathy Gardner survived the violent encounter with an intruder in her apartment, but the person she once was has slipped away, perhaps forever, afflicted by wrenching, detailed nightmares of the incident. Kathy consents to an unproven therapy and becomes a knife-wielding danger to herself and anyone around her. After the treatment shatters the barrier separating her tormented dreamscapes from reality. Christy McNichol plays Kathy, and Alan J. Pakula, All the President's Men, and Sophie's Choice directs the psychological thriller that draws on the expertise of several sleep dream research centers. Approach carefully when Kathy is sleeping. You may be walking into her deadliest nightmare. And it's 16 by 9 widescreen, 1.85. I thought that was something outside. Don't know if you can hear that, but that's our housemate Bev's TV. I thought it was either a cat outside or some other type of noise outside. So, Dream Lover from Warner Archive Collection DVD-R, starring Christy McNichol. And 70s drive-in comedy from the MGM limited edition collection, Six Pack Annie. Yeah. It's R-rated cult sex comedy. Bestie, blonde and beautiful Six-Pack Annie seeks to help her Aunt Tess raise $5,000 for the family diner by trying to find a rich daddy. Stars Lindsay Bloom, Joe Higgins, Raymond Danton, Sid Melton, Larry Mahan, Doodles Weaver, Jenna Belvin, and Louisa Moritz, and Stubby K as Mr. Bates. It's rated R, American International release from Orion Pictures, color 88 minutes, 16 by 9, 1.85, letterbox. And it's region 1 locked. MGM and 20th Century Fox listed on the back. Doesn't list any extras, but sometimes you can get a trailer on these manufactured on-demand discs. So, Six-Pack Annie, drive-in cult sex comedy. Yeah, Hicksploitation, because I believe this is supposed to be a sexy hillbilly girl in this movie. One of my mutual friends from my sister-in-law Bobby and Eric, like Terry and Tiffany, they've gotten into Twin Peaks through another one of our friends, radio DJ and voice actor Ghosty Dave Wills is a big fan of Twin Peaks, so I never owned any of the films on DVD, so Eric gave me an Amazon link for the DVD set of the original Twin Peaks. So, bought this from Amazon Prime. And this has all 29 episodes of the original groundbreaking seasons, all 18 parts of the limited event series, The Return to Twin Peaks, that captivated audiences 25 years later, written by the series co-creators and entirely directed by David Lynch, and a wealth of intriguing behind-the-scenes special features, English subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing, 17 disc set, color region 1 locked, audio English 5.1, English stereo, Runtime approximately 42 minutes and 12 seconds. Subtitles, original series English, Spanish, Portuguese. Limited event English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Aspect ratio 4:3 in the limited event is 16:9 widescreen. Paramount, Showtime, not rated, CBS DVD. So, original Twin Peaks TV show on DVD. And then, after Eric had showed me that link, I found something else on there that I just loved. An adult coloring book, and I don't mean porn. Twin Peaks coloring book. So, this is just something for adults to color just to relax. I think just to meditate. So I've also bought that from Amazon Prime late last year. And if you haven't noticed, I'm wearing my new eyeglasses. I've got bifocals on. My eyesight's gotten worse. I got these big old frames since when my dad was alive, he wore glasses like this. And I think he wore bifocals, and I found out I was having to get bifocals. So I decided, I'll get the frames like my dad had when he was alive. And these bifocals really come in handy to where I can read small print now, whereas with my old eyeglasses, my eyesight was getting bad, and the glasses weren't helping me be able to read small print anymore. So I think that's all of my Amazon Prime buys. The last of my Amazon Prime buys from 2021. Getting close to 18 minutes now. So I've got some Blu-rays and DVDs from Kino, Shout Factory, and Vinegar Syndrome. I will go with Shout Factory first, then Vinegar Syndrome and Kino. And Shout Factory has been slowly going back into their back catalog of the Roger Corman cult classics library that they own now. In one film they were going to put out on DVD a number of years ago, but it didn't happen since they canceled the Roger Corman line, and they mainly had to go to where they were selling DVDs and later Blu-rays directly through their website when it came to Corman or any other cult movie that its fan base just isn't big enough for them to make the money to have a wider retail release. One movie that supposedly is in the public domain, but I don't think it really is. It's had a few cheap DVD releases copied from a VHS release. It's a biker gang movie from the early 70s, Angels Hard as They Come. They ripped off his mama, so he tore Chopper City apart, an eye for an eye, a piece for a piece. And sadly, no extras. It's on their the Shout website. They listed as being in a new high definition widescreen transfer from the Inner Positive in its 1971 English subtitles, approximate Feature running time ±86 minutes. Rated R, Region A. English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Where the angels ride, mayhem follows. Hard-living band of bikers. They live by the rules of the road and fiercely loyal code of honor. But when they cross paths with the Dragon, a rival biker gang, they find their loyalty tested and their lives on the line in the wake of a violent act that leads a young hippie woman murdered. Co-written and produced by acclaimed director Jonathan Demme, Silence of the Lambs, Stop Making Sense, and Caged Heat, and features early roles from Scott Glenn, The Right Stuff, Gary Busey, The Buddy Holly Story. Angels Hard as They Come is a classic exploitation flick, as fast-paced as the titular outlaw biker's lifestyle. So, Angels Hard as They Come, Roger Corman biker gang cult classic movie from copyright in 1971. And then another Roger Corman Blu-ray release I bought directly from Shout Factory. I'm Gonna Get My Gun and Bury Me an Angel. Yeah, Bury Me an Angel. She took on the whole gang, a howling hellcat humping a hot steel hog on a roaring rampage of revenge. And sadly, it's another one where you just get the movie on the Blu-ray, you don't even get a trailer. Yeah. It's another high-definition widescreen app transfer, played from the Interpositive, and it's also copyrighted in 1971, like Angels Hard as They Come. Color, Region A locked, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, and R-rated. Audio is 10 or DTS HD Master Audio Mono. And it's 1.85 widescreen HD. Trippy visuals, bizarre flashbacks, and a genuinely unnerving finale that makes Bury Me an Angel stand out from the rest of the leader of the pack, the video vacuum, Dag Bandy, Dixie Peabody from the Roger Corman cult classic Night Call Nurses, is red hot passion and cold steel anger all rolled into one explosive 6-foot frame, a Hellcat with the major score to settle. Faced with the killing of her brother, Dag has been pushed over the edge and onto open road, ready to make the killer pay. With a pair of sidekicks in tow, Dag roars, brawls, and terrorizes her way across the countryside on a mission of bloody, violent vengeance. God help any man, woman, or child who stands in her way. Approximate runtime ±86 minutes. Stars Dixie Peabody, Terry Mace, Clyde Ventura, with Joanne Moore, Diane Turley, Alan D. Witt, and Stephen Whittaker as the killer. I'm not 100% sure, but it might be Dixie Peabody's real-life brother who played this biker girl's brother in this. So this isn't quite a biker gang movie like those other Corman biker exploitation picks. It focuses on a lone biker chick along with a couple like hippie biker perverts that keep following her everywhere. This also stars the late great Grizzly Adams actor, who I can't name off the top of my head. Yeah, he's not listed as being in this, but I think that's him in that red colored light right there. He has just a cameo bit in this. Where he's making love to Dag in this. I just cannot think of the guy's name right now, and I'm not gonna go looking online right now. They could put the name on the back of the case at least. Dan Haggerty. I believe that's his name. We're at 26 minutes for the second half of this DVD Blu-ray update of my final 2021 buys. So this last one I originally didn't buy because I was running short on money, so one of my friends offered to order it for me and have it shipped to me, and I would just pay him back via PayPal later, which I did. It's another Roger Corman cult movie, but it's one that he doesn't own anymore. Because this is one of those American International Pictures ones that the Samuel Z. Arkoff estate owns. The Day the World Ended, and this was originally going to have a wider release, but it's a limited edition sold through the Shout Factory site. It's got a few extras. New 2K scan from a fine-grained element, and new interview with producer-director Roger Corman, and 1080p high-definition widescreen 2.00. Region A-locked English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, not rated, and this is released under the Scream Factory banner. There is a force more powerful than man. After the world has been destroyed by nuclear war, an unlikely group of survivors takes refuge in a mountain retreat. With tensions mounting and trust all but gone, they discover that fighting each other is the least of their problems. Something outside is stalking them, something dangerous, something mutant. This 50s sci-fi classic stars Richard Denning, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Touch Mike Connors from Mannix, and was produced and directed by Roger Corman. I don't know if this has any trailers on there. It's 1955, not rated, runtimes approximately plus minus 79 minutes, English subtitles. So Day the World Ended, and anyone on my Facebook friends, you saw that it came with a poster. This is the original poster artwork. I believe this was the artwork for that DVD that Lionsgate put out a while back. And every once in a while, Shout Factory does something cool where if you order a Blu-ray or a DVD directly from their website, they'll include a movie poster, but this is one of those times where the release was a limited edition website exclusive, so I had to get the Blu-ray from the website. So that is the last of my Shout Factory buys from 2021. Now on with my Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray buys. It's Black Friday, and one's one they got from MGM. It's had a few public domain cheap DVD releases, but no Blu-ray. Creature. It's been sleeping peacefully on a moon of Saturn for 2,000 years until now, and this is something like Alien. Let me see. And that's Monster that's in this. It's region A locked, R rated. It has two different cuts of the movie. Creature, which is from 1985, 95 minutes, 2.35, widescreen, 2.0 stereo, rated R, restored in 4K, and then Titan Find, which is the longer cut, from 1985, 100 minutes, 2.35 widescreen, 2.0 stereo, not rated, restored in 2K, so you get both the R-rated cut and the unrated cut. From Orion Pictures, which is part of MGM. In the not-too-distant future, the crew of spaceship Shenandoah make an unsettling discovery after landing at an archaeological dig site on the Saturn moon Titan. Another craft of German origin has already landed, but its crew appears to have vanished, save for hot-headed Captain Hans Hofner, who seems to be hiding something about mysterious disappearances aboard the craft. But it's not long before the truth is revealed in the form of a giant prehistoric alien which intends to eat and absorb the essences of all humans. A low-budget but very high-ambition slice of mid-80s sci-fi horror, of science fiction horror. William Malone's he directed Scared to Death, not the Bela Lugosi movie, but the early 80s horror movie. Creature juxtaposes bloody alien killings with a madcap starring performance from the great Klaus Kinski, Nosferatu the Vampire, and Fitzcarraldo, alongside veteran TV actor Stan Ivar, TV's Little House on the Prairie, and he was later on Days of Our Lives and Star Trek Voyager. And Wendy Schall from the movie Inner Space, Lyman Ward, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Diane Salinger, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, featuring outstanding special effects work from genre legends Doug Beswick, Tix, and Michael McCracken, Silver Bullet. Highly atmospheric cinematography by Harry Matthias. The Right Stuff. Vinegar Syndrome is proud to present the Blu-ray debut of Creature, newly restored in 4K from the original camera negative and presented in both its theatrical and Titan Find director's cut. Additional information: newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm original camera negative, alternate feature-length Titan Find director's cut. I think that's probably that longer cut's just probably from a print, so I saw some screen caps online and it looked like the long cut was taken from a less great looking film source. Finding Titan, the making of Creature, an extended making of documentary featuring special effects artist Doug Beswick alongside actors Dan Ivar, Lyman Ward, Diane Sautlinger, and Marie Lauren. Space on a Budget, an interview with director William Malone, commentary track with the Hysteria Continues, reversible cover artwork, and English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. So Creature, mid-80s, alien, like sci-fi horror movie. And I bought it directly through Vinegar Syndrome during their Black Friday sale, so I got this limited slipcover, which I don't know, that's kind of gross looking. And then finally out on Blu-ray and 4K, filmed by Paul Morrissey, Flesh for Frankenstein, which was released at the walk-in theaters and drive-ins in the US, is Andy Warhol's Frankenstein. It's a movie that was released in 3D, and I found out the 4K half of this combo pack had some sort of technical defect or error in the disc, so they sent out replacement discs of the 4K. Let me see which is this. Yeah, that's the Ultra HD disc. And I believe this is in... I believe they include the real 3D version on the Ultra HD disc. And I recently received the replacement disc, even though I don't have a 4K player. I bought the 4K combo, since that's the only way to get a Blu-ray. And this is what the replacement disc looks like. And then there's the regular Blu-ray. Frankenstein 3D brings the horror off the screen into your lap. Deranged scientist Baron von Frankenstein, with the help of his bizarre assistant Otto, is determined to create a new master race, of which he will be the leader. To achieve his objective, he constructs two perfect zombies from an assemblage of body parts, intending for them to mate. Meanwhile, complications ensue as Nicholas, a farmhand, begins an affair with the Baron's sexually frustrated wife, all while searching for his missing friend Saka, or Sacha, or I think it's Sasha, whose head and brain have been used for Frankenstein's male monster, a delectably gory and cynical social satire from acclaimed filmmaker Paul Morrissey, Mixed Blood. Flesh for Frankenstein is among the most original and transgressive interpretations of Mary Shelley's classic novel, with an exceptional cast led by Udo Kier, Suspiria, and Mark of the Devil in what might be his most iconic performance. Joe D'Alessandro, Crybaby, and Monique Van Voren, Sugar Cookies, and Italian child star Nicoletta Elmi, Deep Red, and featuring a lush soundtrack by Claudio Gizzi. Blood for Dracula, Flesh for Frankenstein became an immediate midnight and cult movie sensation. Vinegar Syndrome proudly presents this true genre classic on 4K Ultra HD for the first time, along with its never on home video original 3D version newly restored from its original negative. Additional info: region-free 3D Blu-ray, 2 viewing options. Digital 3D requires a 3D capable TV player, and Analyth 3D works on all TVs with included 3D glasses, newly scanned and restored from its 35mm original camera negative. 3D restoration performed by the 3D Film Archive. Reversible cover artwork and English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, 1973. And 95 minutes, color 2.35 widescreen, DTS HD mono, regions A, B, C. And it lists more of the special features being on the Ultra HD disc, but I think those same special features are also on the regular Blu-ray. Special features: Transhuman Flesh and Blood, an archival interview with writer-director Paul Morrissey, The Ecstasy of Frankenstein, interview with actor Udo Kier, In the Flesh, an interview with actor Joe D'Alessandro, Dimension and Fear, an interview with producer Andrew Bronsberg, Andy Shadow, an interview with film historian and author Stephen Thrower, and Building the World of Frankenstein, an interview with art director Gianni Giovanni, and Don't Say a Word, an interview with actress Liu Bosio, and Feed My Frankenstein, an interview with assistant director Paolo Pietrangeli, an audio commentary with film historians and authors Sam Dickhahn, Heather Drain, and Kat Ellinger. Original theatrical trailer, radio spots, promotional still gallery, audio recollections with Paul Morrissey, screen test footage with Paul Morrissey, and raw Q&A footage from 2012 with Paul Morrissey. Additional info: region-free 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and Ultra HD/Blu-ray 4K Ultra HD presented in HDR, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its original camera negatives, reversible cover artwork and English subtitles. 1973, 95 minutes, 2.35 widescreen, DTS HD mono. Yeah, English subtitles, regions ABC, 4K HDR, Ultra HD, Blu-ray disc, 3D film archive. So that's all I got from Vinegar Syndrome on Black Friday, and that was enough. If I ever get an Ultra HD TV and player, I'll watch the Ultra HD disc. Oh man, we are going on 46 minutes. So I think I'm going to upload this as 2 separate videos to YouTube. So last of my 2021 DVD and Blu-ray buys were some Kino Lorber releases. I got the Never Before on DVD and Blu-ray release of the 80s cult classic Get Crazy. Has a slipcover. This movie stars Malcolm McDowell, Alan Gorwitz, Daniel Stern, Gail Edwards, and Miles Chapman. Get crazy and say goodbye to your brain. From Alan Arkish, the acclaimed director of the cult classics Hollywood Boulevard, Rock and Roll High School, and Heart Beeps, comes this raucous musical comedy that invites you to get crazy and say goodbye to your brain. It's December 31st, 1982, and Saturn Theater owner Max Wolf is attempting to stage the biggest rock and roll concert of all time, but things aren't going right. His doctor tells him he might have a fatal disease. His nephew and his arch rival are in cahoots. A crazed fire inspector spraying the audience with foam, and someone is trying to kill him and blow up the theater. Of course, these are secondary problems compared to those posed by the crazy rock and roll performers themselves. The gags come fast and furious from the truly insane cast that includes Alan Garfield, Daniel Stern, Gail Edwards, Miles Chapin, Ed Begley Jr., Stacy Nelkin, Bill Henderson, Lou Reed, Howard Kalin, Laurie East, Side Leaving, John Densmore, Robert Picardo, Bobby Sherman, Paul Bartel, Mary Warnoff, Clint Howard, Linnea Quigley, Dick Miller, and the great Malcolm McDowell as the debauched rock star Reggie Wanker. Special features, brand new 2K master approved by director Alan Arkish. Audio commentary by director Alan Arkish, filmmaker Eli Roth, filmmaker/historian Daniel Kremer, the After Party documentary with cast and crew, fan fiction with No Dogs in Space featurette, Trailers from Hell with Alan Arkish, 3 music videos, and theatrical trailer. It's printed on the back, disc made in Mexico, rated R, 1983, color 92 minutes, 1.85 widescreen, 1920 by 1080p, so high definition, subtitles English, region A locked. This is one they got from MGM. Yeah, this had a DVD release, and for the longest time, or it had a VHS release, and then after that, it never had a DVD release. So it gets both a Blu-ray and DVD release via Kino Lorber. I believe this was originally going to get 4K master done, but I'm assuming something's wrong with the film elements. Or either that or I guess they just did a 2K master just to save money. So Get Crazy Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. And then I, of course, got the DVD since it's never had a DVD release. And everything's about the same. This is the DVD, Region 1 locked DVD. And then I got both the Blu-ray and DVD of a drive-in cult classic. It's one Code Red did with Kino Lorber, and they licensed the film from Universal Pictures, Checkered Flag, or Crash. The first movie about off-road racing, Joe Don Baker, Susan Sarandon, and Larry Hagman from TV's I Dream of Jeannie and Dallas. He's in it. Yeah, JR from Dallas. You've got to be tough to win and crazy to try. Enter the high-octane world of off-road racing. Joe Don Baker, Walking Tall, Mitchell, and Charlie Varick, and the outfit is Walkway Maiden, or Madden, reckless race car driver who tends to walk away from crashes without a scratch. Susan Sarandon, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Thelma and Louise, The Witches of Eastwick, and Bull Durham is C.C. Wainwright, a tenacious photojournalist who joins Walkway on Manila 1000, a 3-day off-road race through the Philippine jungle. Buckle up for a wild and hilarious ride. You've got to be tough to win and crazy to try. Got to be tough to win and crazy to try. Larry Hagman TV's I Dream of Jeannie in Dallas, Alan Vint, Macon County Line, and Welcome Home, Soldier Boys, Dick Adair, Blind Rage, Real Life Racer, Parnelli Jones, Gone 60 Seconds, and Dirt, and Playboy Playmate, Dinah Dana House, The Great Smoky Roadblock, which Susan Sarandon, I believe, was in that as well. Round out the stellar cast of the supercharged 70s thrill ride bursting with big stunts and even bigger laughs. Special features brand new 2K master and theatrical trailer, color 1977, 95 minutes. English and subtitled in English for the deaf and hard of hearing. 1080p high definition widescreen at 2.35. Written by Michael Allen. Music by Norman Sachs and Mel Mandel. Directed by Alan Gibson. Produced by Fred Weintraub and Paul Heller. Universal release in Technicolor. Yeah, Universal City Studios. 2.35 anamorphic widescreen. Rated PG, region A locked. It's Code Red and Kino Lorber release from Universal Pictures. And then I got DVD since there's never been a DVD before. It's got all the same stuff. So now, a little over 55 minutes, I will recap everything. From Amazon Prime, I bought the MGM limited edition MOD disc DVD 6-pack Annie, as well as the Warner Archive Collection DVD-R Dream Lover starring Christy McNichol. And I bought the Charlie Brown Peanuts Emmy Honored Collection 2 DVD set. And this has 11 different TV specials on here. And then I bought volumes 1 and 2 of Looney Tunes Platinum Collection. That's volume 1, and that's volume 2. And then I got the Umbrella Entertainment Australian Blu-ray of Drive-In Delirium with the Vengeance. So, drive-in movie trailers, compilation disc. And then I rebought this disc, which I didn't know I had bought at CVS previously, Holiday Inn starring Bing Crosby. Old black and white musical movie. And then the Warner Brothers Looney Tunes Mouse Chronicles 2 Blu-ray set. Got the Chuck Jones Collection, 19 theatrical shorts, and 2 Blu-rays. And then Warner Archive Blu-ray of the 1966 horror movie Eye of the Devil. And the soon-to-be out-of-print Cult Epics Blu-ray of Death's Bed, The Bed That Eats, 1977 B-grade horror movie that was never released to theaters. And then right before Halloween, I bought, from Amazon Prime, I bought the Blu-ray of Frankenstein's Daughter. And then rounding off the last of my Amazon Prime buys for 2021, the DVD set of the complete series of Twin Peaks, as well as this cool adult coloring book, The Twin Peaks. That's all my Amazon Prime buys. Recapped. And then from Dark Force Entertainment, Blank Generation on Blu-ray. And from Diabolique DVD, the Blu-ray, the Australian cult movie Stunt Rock. And then from deep discount, I bought Media Blaster's Blu-ray of the 80s cult horror movie The Oracle, and the Warner Archive Blu-ray of the late 70s cult comedy Corvette Summer, and the Shout Factory Blu-ray of the early 80s, the 1980 cult musical comedy Can't Stop the Music, starring the Village People and Steve Guttenberg. It's one Shout Factory, licensed from Studio Canal. And then from Shout Factory, I got The Day the World Ended, which I got with the poster that matches this artwork. And two Roger Corman cult classics, Angels Hard as They Come and Bury Me an Angel. And from Vinegar Syndrome, 1985 cult horror movie Creature. Bought this on Black Friday, along with Flesh for Frankenstein in 3D, also called Andy Warhol's Frankenstein. And last of my Blu-ray buys, 2021, were from Kino Lorber. Get Crazy, that's the Blu-ray, and I bought the DVD as well. And then Code Red Kino joint release, licensed from Universal Pictures, Checkered Flag or Crash on Blu-ray. As well as the DVD. So it's getting late, and I've been going on for a while, so this video will be uploaded in 2 parts, since I had so much to cover my final 2021 buys. So if you don't find part 2, just look for part 1, which should be the shorter video. So I'm Tim, and thanks for watching my DVD and Blu-ray update of my final 2021 DVD and Blu-ray buys. Keep an eye out for a new update video coming soon to my YouTube channel.